Okay, let me know if you can hear me here. I'm gonna wait here for a few minutes before I start the training. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. Let me know if you can see me. I'm gonna post here. Uh, I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Oh, we got one viewer. Oh, that was me. One viewer, one comment. That would be me. I'll wait a few minutes. I'm gonna leave the other one up there. Okay, so now I'm on. I don't know why that happened, Candace. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave the other one up there. Okay, good. Hi, Kelly. Oh my God, right? I was like so excited, and then we have a stupid tech problem. Okay, it's working on your end. Okay, good. I'm gonna wait a minute or so for everyone else to jump on. I don't know why that happened. I'm really sorry, ladies. Um, but yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna. How can I do this? Um, Hi, Janet. Okay, looks like it's working. So I'm going to continue where I left off. Okay, so we're talking about self sabotage, which is so common, especially with women. This is a real thing. How many of you would say that you think you self sabotage your own success from time to time? Show of hands. Who self sabotages their own success? I know I have, right? I have before. Owners create their own chaos, and some of you may not even know you're doing it, right? Some of you may not even know. So, tonight we're going to take a look at that and see if you recognize any signs that you could be doing it to yourself, because this is the first step to self healing, right? You self healing that, and then you can apply it to your business. So, things that could be causing your self sabotaging activities, okay? We're going to talk about the results. So you're doing something over here, self sabotage. Your staff is quitting. This is the number one thing. Staff will quit on you if you're self sabotaging your own company and you don't even realize it. That's number one. Number two, clients cancel if you're self sabotaging, like if you're not charging enough or you're not presenting to them enough detail or information, they're going to cancel their services. If you're self-sabotaging at your estimates, your in-person estimates, you're not closing estimates. That's another form of self-sabotaging. That has to do with confidence levels and stuff like that. If you're not attracting new clients, there's something you're not doing correctly that's not attracting them. You see where like everything that we do has a result, okay, or a non-result, right? You're still out in the field cleaning. The reason why you're still out in the field cleaning is because you haven't taken necessary steps to fix that. So you're self-sabotaging yourself by saying things like, well, no one cleans as good as I do, or they just can't get it right when I'm not there, or they don't, I get complaints when they're in the field. But there's something you're either not teaching them correctly, or something you're not doing, or something you're doing to making that still happen, to making you still in the field cleaning. Okay, that's a self-sabotage thing. You haven't taken the necessary steps to learn what to do to get out of the field. And all this stuff ultimately leads to not growing your cleaning business, right? And that is why we're all here. So the first thing I'm going to say is this: is that it takes a lot of guts to look internally, to look at yourself, to take a real introspective look at what is causing all this distress in your business. And if you can do this, and if you can have a real honest conversation with yourself, because I talk to myself all the time, you'll be so far ahead of the game. You'll be so far ahead of everyone else, because it's easier to blame others for what is happening in your business, but more times than not, it's actually what the business owner is doing or not doing that's actually causing all of this chaos. So unfortunately, it's centered a lot around you, right? Because other things will respond to the way do your energy, what you're putting out. And I see this over and over again. This isn't something I made up in my head. This is stuff that I see all the time. Because success in the cleaning industry depends on various factors, okay? Like there's several common mistakes, there's pitfalls that can lead to failure. So if you want to fail in your business, let's talk about the ways that you're actually sabotaging your business. Okay, so I'm going to list a couple. Let me just check in and make sure everyone's on here. I do, I know I do. Candace, do you do that? You might. Hi Natalia, how are you? Um, yep, Natalia's done it before. Kelly's done it before. We've all done it before. It's honestly, it's more common than you think. All right, it's more common than you think. So, okay, getting back. Okay, most of us in this room, chat room, whatever you want to call, group, most of us started our businesses either as a side hustle or a necessity, or maybe a little bit of both. Mine was a little bit of both, right? And you said to yourself, I can clean. Maybe I can get a few cleaning clients and make some cash, right? Am I right? Um, that's very normal. Then you get a few more clients and a few more clients, and you're like, this is super exciting. I'm bringing in some cash. This feels good, but you're cleaning by yourself at this point. So there are no villains. When I talk about villains in the business, I'm gonna list them out, and if you want to write them down, please feel free. So there's no villains in the business because you're just out, you're hustling, you're going to clean some houses, you're getting some cash, you're building your confidence, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, everything's cool. No villains yet. We got happy go lucky, like in the Spider-Man movie. He's happy in the beginning. He's going to school. There's no villains. Nothing's going on yet, right in the beginning. Okay, so but maybe at this point you're not charging enough, and you don't have any systems in place, and you don't really need many systems at this point when you only have a few clients. When you only have a handful of clients, you don't need many systems. That's very easy to manage. But this is usually the first villain, right? You lowballing yourself and not charging enough because you're like, well, I'm new, I can't charge any high prices. And I'm sure this sounds familiar, right? Let me know if it sounds familiar. So the first one, the first self-sabotaging thing, and you're not even going to think that it is what it is lack of planning. That is the first one that you're self-sabotaging your own business. Lack of planning. So, did anyone here do a business plan or a strategy plan before they started their cleaning business? Just put strategy plan. Just put strategy, or just put business plan. Yep, that's easier. Put business plan. Did anyone do one? Raise your hand if you did some sort of an outline, a business plan, anything like that. Or did you just grab a mop and a scrub brush and you're like, okay, let's do this, right? Let me know if you had a plan or you just said, let's do this. This will be fun. Had a plan or let's do this. So who here writes down their goals every month or even every quarter? Anyone write them down? I'm going to wait a minute, let you guys kind of write that. So let's talk about why planning is so important, because planning gives you a roadmap to where you want to get to, right? If you take a trip and you don't look at a map on your GPS, how do you know where you're going? You could go down a wrong road, right? You could, because a plan gives you a roadmap to where you want to get to. So if you take a trip and you don't use a map, you're going to get lost, right? Simple, you're going to get lost. And here's where a lot of people get into trouble. There's no plan. You're just winging it, right? Don't wing your business. Winging your business, I can guarantee you'll have constant chaos in your business and overwhelm. And what's going to happen? It's going to make you want to quit, right? So flying by the seat of your pants can lead to poor decision making and just honestly a lack of direction. So when you're winging it and your staff senses you're winging it, this is bad. This is going to make them feel really insecure, and if they doubt that you can lead the ship, guess what? They jump ship and they quit. Whites. And I know a lot of you that have had staff have had this happen. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on replay, please let me know if you have had this happen, right? You are the commander-in-chief in your cleaning business. And we're talking a lot about presidential stuff right now. You are the commander-in-chief in your cleaning business. You have to lead. And you cannot lead um, without a plan, without direction, and without a big set of goals, right? Does anyone here feel like they're winging it sometimes? Like they don't have direction in their cleaning business? Because this is a really scary feeling, and not having a plan or a guide um, that you follow. Because, like I talk about, there's villains everywhere in your cleaning business. There's pitfalls all over the place. Okay, so what's a villain? Let's talk about other like little mini villains. We have the big villain is lack of planning, right? But we have little mini villains along the way. Okay, let's talk about the external mini villains. The lowballer client, that's a mini villain. We know they want to say, oh, can you do it for $20 an hour? You know, the lowballer client. Okay, we have that one. We have another one. The picky client, that's another villain. They torture you. If they find one speck of dust, they walk around the house and do the white glove test. Right? We all want to fire them tomorrow. We hate them. Okay, that's another villain. Another mini villain is the toxic employee. That is surely another bad guy we need to somehow try and avoid or not hire in the first place if we can. But if we don't have the right skills to know how to recognize that toxic employee, you're going to hire them. They're going to wreak havoc in your business. They're going to eat up the rest of your staff like Pac-Man, and out they go, and you're back in the field. You're back in the field cleaning, right? You're back in the field cleaning more houses, right? Okay. So if you don't know how to avoid these certain villains in your business, these villains are going to continue to wreak havoc on you. All right? Making sense here? Let me check in. No plan. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Dusty, how was your surgery? I saw that. I saw you had surgery because we were supposed to talk. I hope everything came out okay. Okay. So, the number 2 big villain, underpricing your cleaning services. That's number 2. That's a big one because you can't operate a cleaning company without charging a premium price so you can pay the business bills, right? Correct. Who's guilty of this? Who's guilty of underpricing their cleaning services? I bet a lot of you, because I was too in the beginning. Charging significantly less than the market value to attract your customers is only going to put you in a position of not to be able to pay the associated cost running your cleaning business. I help my clients with this all the time. I probably see this when I first start working with a client. I probably see this in 90% of clients. They need to raise their prices, and they're afraid to raise their prices. Women especially are afraid to talk about money and afraid to raise their prices. This is a thing. This is a thing from like history. It could be in your background or something like that, right? So it may be okay for a while if you're solo cleaning, right? You're solo cleaning 5 days a week. But if you really want to build your company and scale and have some time freedom and have a whole team that goes out and cleans your clients' homes so you don't have to do it anymore yourself, you have to be able to pay the bills, the business bills. And that means having to have pricing that's competitive, right? Right. So when I do a strategy call with owners that are interested in me becoming their mentor, I give them a complete plan for success. This is one of the first things we do. We analyze their current pricing. We do an audit of their whole entire client base to see what they're charging for prices and see who we can raise. And 99% of the time, we end up raising them in a strategic and a well thought out process that works, and they usually retain most of their clients, right? You have to have a strategic process to grow your business. Okay, so the next one, the next big villain in your cleaning business, and this is one that no one thinks of, conducting market research. If you want to sabotage your success in your cleaning company, don't do research. If you want to screw up, don't do your research. If you want to throw darts in the air and not hit a target, don't do your research, right? It's crucial, ladies, to do your research, to know who your target market is, your customer preferences, the median income range of the towns you want to service. This is big. What your competition is charging and what the competition is paying their staff. That's what you want, that's what you need to know. So all Fortune or pre-Fortune 500 companies do a ton of research before inking the deal. That's just a known fact. Before they create an LLC. So why wouldn't you do the same thing? So not doing your market research is a massive, massive mistake because you don't want to be oblivious to the market trends and the customer needs. You have to do all the above research. And it's the first thing I do when I work with my clients that are in the accelerator program, to drop them off. We look at because they're in all different states, some in Canada, some here, some west, some south, some north, all in the United States for the most part. We do the market research for them. So one of the first things you have to do. We work on who your target market is. We are in all different states over here, right? All different states of the country. Some are in Kansas, some are in Washington State, some are in California, some are in Texas, New Hampshire, Vermont, right? Everywhere. So you're going to have different markets. That's why you have to do your research. I'm going to be charging a different price than someone in Tennessee is going to be charging because the income levels are different. The median income, what the family brings in that in the family, in the town, in the county, whatever you want to say, it's all going to be different. California is going to charge a ton of money. So is New York. So is Massachusetts. But Tennessee is going to be different. Alabama is going to be different. And you need to figure that out, right? So I have all my areas in Massachusetts. I have all my areas mapped out so well that I do not go on and estimate if I think they won't be able to afford my services. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. I don't want to waste time. I don't waste time anymore. I did in the beginning, but I don't want to waste time anymore, right? I don't want to waste time anymore. Is this all making sense? I'm going to check in. No plan. Jamie Kelly, no plan. It's normal. It's okay, Jamie. It's fine. We'll help you. The next one is going to shock you. You're not going to believe this one. You're going to be like, what? Is she crazy? The next big villain in your business, you want to write this one down, is running Facebook ads. Yes. Why is running Facebook ads a villain in your business? Okay. The only way you should run a Facebook ad is if you are so crystal clear on your branding, your mission, your messaging, your target market, and you have already mastered attracting high-paying clients and closing them and adding them as a new account that you can replicate all of that content messaging in your ad. You have to do it organically first. Otherwise, you're throwing money. You might as well just open your window and just dump out your pocketbook. You might as well just dump out the cash, throw all the credit cards, all the money out the window because you're wasting money. So if you hire someone to run your Facebook ads and they have not learned all of the information I just talked about in the above paragraph about your business, you're also wasting money. And these people charge a lot of money. They charge big bucks, anywhere upwards of $1,000 to $2,000 a month in ad spend. Then you have to weed through all these tire kickers, right? You're gonna weed through all these people because now you don't know who your target market is. You got all these people coming in. They don't know who their target market is, and all they're gonna look for is the cheapest price. And you're never gonna win when you compete on price. You're never gonna win. You're just gonna get the worst clients ever, right? And your closing rate's gonna be much lower. If the lead comes in organically and you know how to master that, your closing rate's gonna be a lot higher. If the lead comes in by a paid ad, you're looking at maybe 20%, 30% if you're lucky. If you know how to grasp the organic strategy, and I teach this in my program, you can close 70 to 80%. Sometimes maybe 90, right? Two different things. So A cold lead is a lot harder to close as opposed to a warmer lead like Facebook or referral or a neighborhood like that. So you'll spend thousands of dollars, and most of the time, the acquisition costs are far more expensive than the return you actually get. So you're wasting money, right? And they could only be for a one time or a post construction clean. You're looking for that long term, reoccurring residential income, right? So what's another one that cleaning business owners do or don't do, or I should say? So, not using technology. That's another villain in your business, right? Refusing to adopt new technologies to adapt to changing industry trends. So, stagnation can make your business obsolete. You need a CRM to keep track of your clients. You won't be able to scale if you don't have one, ladies. Sorry, you're looking at about maybe 20 clients, 25 clients. Then you're in chaos because you don't know where anyone is on the map, and if you have staff, you're wasting labor, paying them, driving 20, 30 minutes between houses, when if you schedule the houses that were near each other on the same day, you're going to pay less labor. You don't really know unless you can map optimize that, and that comes with a CRM. Okay, that's one example. So the implementation of technology allows you to move faster, which allows you to scale. It organizes you, it makes your life so much easier. Because when you have everything written down on paper or everything in a Google Calendar, like I did, I thought I had it all together. I was doing it in a Google Calendar before I got a CRM. Um, you know, you didn't need to depend on technology to help you. When you need to depend on technology to help you, it's an aid. It's not a band-aid. It's an aid. So when owners are starting out and they have this, it's you have a scarcity mentality. It's like, oh well, I can't afford that yet, or it may only be a couple $100s a month. Oh my God, $2,400 a year. Oh my God, I can't really afford that. That's one. That's like half. That's like a monthly client. Someone that pays $200 a month for monthly cleaning. That is one client. So that's a scarcity mentality. When you can't realize that, okay, I need to go get one client, one monthly client is going to pay for my whole entire CRM for the whole year. When you think of it like that, that's a growth mindset, okay? Completely different. So if a CRM can organize you and help you grow your client base, it's going to make you money, right? It's not going to cost you money. It's going to make you money. You need to look that the glass is half full. And this thought process is going to put you so far ahead of the game that you will look back and wonder why you didn't do it faster. Why didn't do it quicker, right? Why didn't you do this? So this is a scarcity mentality. I talk about this all the time. We have a scarcity mentality, we have a growth mentality, okay? And it's common. And it's more common in women, unfortunately. Lucky us, we have the gift. We have the gift of the scarcity mentality. Men usually don't have scarcity mentalities, they have growth mentalities, so they grow businesses faster. That's just the reality. Anyone afraid to spend money here? Like you're hoarding all the money? I know what this feels like because I suffered from this myself from being a single parent. I hoarded all the money. I was an extreme couponer. I hoarded everything, right? I hoarded everything. Candace, what part should I say? I was training to be a Facebook ads manager. There's so much that goes into running. I was like, yeah, you have to just dedicate your life to it. Yep, 100%. Candace and her husband Sam know. So her husband has a construction business. Yep, totally. So the next villain in your business is unhappy employees, not caring about your staff or their well-being, treating your employees poorly or expecting them to work long hours and clean really, really dirty places, okay? Or hiring toxic employees that wreak havoc on your teams. If you sense you have a toxic employee, get rid of them right away. I don't care if you have to cancel houses. Fire them. They are a cancer to your business. These people will lead to a high turnover rate, to decreased productivity. I heard this recently from one of my newer coaching clients, Stephanie. She actually has a newer person that quit because she said one of her current staff was talking about the other staff and complaining all the time, and employees don't want to listen to that. They don't. It's toxic. They don't want to be around negative coworkers. And it's one of the main reasons for the high turnover rate in the cleaning industry is drama in the workforce. It's one of the highest turnover rate. Nobody wants to be around it. So isolate it fast, don't tolerate it, and when you hire, say you have a drama-free workforce, and do not let this into your business, right? Get rid of it quick. Another thing that owners do is they overwork their employees. This is another way to have poor retention rate. Don't make it too hard. They're not going to work as hard as you because it's not their business, so just get over it. They want so many hours a week. They want to like their scope of work. They want to get along with their coworkers. They want to like you. You got to be a good boss. And they want to go home and carry on with their lives. That's what employees want. Give them what they want. Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much because they won't be able to handle it. Another villain. Villain number 7 is growing too fast. You might see these companies online expanding and they're looking like they have it all. Well, let me tell you something. It is not all sunshine and roses. Things are not what they seem sometimes. I am wondering if all of you know that you can make just as much profit at the $500,000 mark, 500,000K a year mark, and the $1 million mark. You can make the same amount of profit. Why is that? Because people who rapidly expand their business without considering financial and operational consequences are just crazy, okay? It's just ego at that point. Because you're trying to expand to $1 million in revenues, cool, it's a great goal, right? But you have to double the expenses. And then a lot of time, you have to double your expenses, double your time. That isn't taken into consideration, okay? Right. This goes back to the planning portion of this training. You need a financial plan every quarter of your business. You need to be able to look forward to see what you're going to be needing in 6 months, okay? And as your business grows, you're going to add on more staff. You're going to add on more supplies. And it's really easy for this to get out of hand if you're just solely focused on scaling and looking like the best. Who cares? It only cares what you're bringing in for profits, right? That's the only thing that matters. So you can scale to the million mark, sure you can. But the move has to be strategic, and it has to be intentional, and it has to be smart. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of strategic systems in place to scale to $1 million in revenue. I don't care what anyone tells you. I don't care what anyone tells you. Your organizational skills have to be there. Your managerial skills have to be there. Your tiers of management, your team leads, your trainers, your quality supervisor, if you have a VA or an admin, all that stuff that is a well-oiled machine. Otherwise, you're bleeding labor and you're not making any profits. You're dealing with a lot of money at this point, right? You're dealing with a lot of money at this point. So you can't just throw caution to the wind and be like, let's roll with it. This isn't roulette where you're just rolling the dice, right? This just isn't roulette, okay? Is this all making sense, ladies? Yep, I've held the brakes on my business because I knew. Yeah, totally. 100%. And Candace is doing amazing. She's doubled. She went from like $9,000 a month to she's $19,000 a month. Yeah, baby. She's gonna hit the first goal in the Sisters Elite Circle, which is my big announcement that's coming. She's gonna hit the first $250,000 a year. That's the biggest. That's the first goal in my Sisters Elite Circle, which I am developing as part of the Sisters Who Scale University. More on that later. So, but she's gonna hit it. She's gonna hit it. And Kelly Jenkins is moving up to Houston, and she's gonna hit it because I'm gonna personally make sure she hits it. So, your next villain, giving up easily. As soon as you encounter a challenge, you want to throw in the towel, right? Rather than persevere and seek out those solutions. You get scared off. But as a CEO, you will always be having to handle tough decisions like every day, but over time, right? You build resilience and it becomes easier for you to make decisions. It feels easier, and this is going to feel like a big deal to you. My staff sees me encounter things and they say to me, how are you so calm? You don't let anything bother you, right? Because I refuse to go on a roller coaster of emotions. I provide solutions to problems. That's what you do. That's what a CEO does, right? You're the CEO. You call the shots. You make all the decisions. You're the it girl. You wanted to be the boss, babe. You raised your hand and said, "I think starting a cleaning business would be fun." Now you're here, and now you have to deal with it. So be careful what you wish for, ladies, because here it is. Here it is. So the reason why owners want to give up is because they don't have any systems in place. That's it. You need systems. You need organization. Your staff needs organization. If you're not organized, how do you expect your staff to trust you that you're going to be able to pay their paychecks? Right? Employees think all kinds of crazy things. So if they lose faith in you as a leader, they're gone. They're going to go find a job that has a better boss. That's what it is. They're just going to leave. That's what's going to happen. So don't quit, ladies. It's my advice to you. My simple advice tonight is don't quit. Don't be a snowflake. Keep going. Trust me, it gets easier to make these decisions as you go along. If you dig your heels in and stay in the game, it's going to work. The only time it doesn't work is if you don't make it work. If you choose to succumb to self-sabotage, that's when it doesn't work. If you quit is when you fail. If you quit, you fail. So don't sabotage yourself or your business. Take a deeper look into what you could be doing that is detrimental to your own business. This is the first step in fixing things, right? This is the first step in fixing things. I can't wait for you, Kelly and Candace, to meet. You guys are gonna just like adore each other. Oh my God, this is so fun. Kelly and Candace are two of the Drop Them Up graduates, who Kelly's soon to be a Drop Them Up graduate, and they're coming to the Rise Retreat in September from the 12th to the 15th. It's my first live and in-person 3-day conference, if you will. It's at this beach house that I rent all summer, Seabrook Beach. It's in a penthouse unit. I've posted pictures before. If you're interested in hearing more about the retreat, it's a 3-day. It's food, it's lodging included, it's a conference included. It's a I'm making it as fair price as I possibly can. And it all depends where you're coming from in the country, right? So if you want to sit around round table with like-minded individuals, with myself, I'm going to be teaching. My husband's going to be teaching some tech stuff, some profit stuff, all kinds of things like that. Knowing your numbers, knowing how to profit, knowing how to create advanced branding strategies to attract that ideal client that I was talking about in the beginning, because that's super important. We're going to be talking about poverty mindset, growth mindset. What's the difference? How do you develop a growth mindset? There's all kinds of stuff. And knowing me, because I'm an overachiever, probably more. So if you're interested, hi Jamie, I'm seeing this. If you're interested in hearing more about the Rise Retreat, I want you to put in the chat Rise Retreat 2024. Oh, it's Kelly. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait. I wake up every day and I'm just like, I get another idea about like, what I'm gonna train upon, because as I work with all of you, I know what all of you need. So that's what's gonna be in the training. So super, super excited about that. And the house is right across from the beach, so it's still warm here in New Hampshire. I'm on the border of Mass and New Hampshire. It's still warm here. You can still go out, take a walk. It's nice, beautiful, light sand. It's not rocky or anything. It's cool. So, okay, if you're interested in the retreat, write in the chat, Rise Retreat 2024. On another note, if you're struggling with self-sabotage, we should have a personal chat. I just had a couple more spots that are going to be opening for the Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator next week. I have some people graduating, going into the mastermind. I would love to support one or two of you in your cleaning business journey. I want to talk about Katrina from Strong Arm Cleaning from Westlock, Alberta, Canada. She's been with me a while now. Amazing. She's more than doubled her revenue and switched, or is in the process of switching to more of a solo cleaning method to decrease her drama within her team. She messaged me today and she has 2 new people that are doing amazing, and she's really excited. I'm excited for her. I'm obsessed with my clients' results because I know what it's like to be beaten down, and I know what it's like to have success when it finally comes, right? So she's switching, she's making the changes. What was happening in her business is people were quitting, and we soon realized that they were feeling overworked. So we're making the changes together to roll out a new plan for her, a solo model. We've been working together since the beginning of the year, streamlining her processes. She's increased her revenue because she's a badass and she knows how to go out and get new clients, right? That's not the issue. The issue is staff. Then we have Candace, who's on the call tonight from the Cleaning Tech Pros. She's also doubled her income while on the Drop the Mop. She got rid of her self-sabotaging nervousness, right, on the walkthroughs. We realized what was happening with her is her service agreement was too long and it was scaring off potential new clients. They didn't want to sign this 14-page service agreement, right? We figured that out. So we revised it, we worked on her confidence levels, and she's completely killing it now. So if you're ready for me to be your guide and transform your cleaning business and beat those villains that I'm talking about in today's training, DM me, message me. You can comment on this and you can say drop them off. So two things. If you're interested in the in-person Rise Retreat 2024, you can type. If you're interested in the 6-month Drop the Mop and Scale Accelerator program, which is a weekly conference call, type drop the mop. I will reach out and I will help you. See if anyone has any questions. Less is more, Candace. I know, I adore you. I'm so excited. Jamie, I got you. I'll reach out to you. Where are you from, Jamie? Curious. I have to look. I will have to look. All right, ladies. I hope this helped. You can always watch it on replay too. If you want to watch more videos, if you go into the front page, the beginning of the group, it's gonna have all these titles on the top. Oklahoma. Oh, that's not a bad flight. Oklahoma. You're right above Kelly, who's coming. Kelly Jenkins is about to be from Houston, Texas. She's moving from the Austin area. So you guys are close to each other. So it's probably like, I don't know if you can find a nonstop, which I don't know if Oklahoma, depends on where you are in Oklahoma. I don't know if they go nonstop to Boston. It's probably a 4-hour flight. But okay, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? If you're looking to look at replay trainings, if you go to the top of the group, you're gonna look for the section that says events, and under events is gonna be a whole bunch of them. Those are all replays. You can watch more. Okay. Awesome, ladies. I'm just all fired up because like the retreat is coming and I'm so freaking psyched. I can't wait to meet you all that are coming. All right, have an amazing evening. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.